Today on Catherine Learns Stuff, I'm going to walk you through making these super simple, cute Christmas cards. So let's jump in. So I decided to make some super simple Christmas cards this year, just to try something new. And so if you go to my website, catherinelearnstuff.com, and then you jump over to my shop, you can purchase a copy of the designs that I've made here on my website. Now once you get those, you can jump into Cricut Design Space and select your upload button and select the upload images button and bring them into your design space. I've already got them pre-uploaded here, so I'm going to select them here and I'm going to add them to my canvas. Now that I've got them in my canvas, I have a few minor modifications that I need to make in order for this to work perfectly. So you'll notice that there's 4 different cards here, 3 with designs and 1 blank one. The blank one is just so that when you are doing other cards, you can use this one as well. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select our cards and we're going to ungroup them. So you'll notice that unfortunately they're just a little bit off here, so I'm going to try to fix this. But in case it's not, you'll want to make sure that you're going to select the align button and go align to the right. They're all lined up here nicely, so that when we change the size here from the width, we want to change the width from 2.27 to 10, and that's going to give us a 5x5 card. Now we've got our cards mostly sized here. The one last thing that we need to do is in our layers panel here, you're going to notice that I've got a basic cut line on each card. All of these basic cuts need to be switched from a basic cut to a score line, as we want to score it in that spot instead. So I've selected all 4 of them and just changed them to score lines, but you can do one at a time if you'd like. And the last thing that we need to do is each card needs to be selected individually, and only the card itself, not the back portion, and we want to attach it to itself. So it's the card and the score line, so that those are not going to score and cut in different spots. And we're going to attach that as well. So now our card's ready to be cut out. So all we need to do is select make it and send it off to our Cricuts. We'll meet you back at my workstations and we'll continue from there. For my simple Christmas cards, all I need is some white paper. I've got 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I've got some Christmas themed paper that's going to be used as my card inserts to provide a nice background for the cards. So I'm going to put this through my Cricut and get this all cut up, and I'll meet you back at my workstation. So I've got my 3 cards cut out, and I realized that I've probably done this more complicated than I should have as well, but I've got them cut out in white. So I've got the snowflake, the snowman, and the Christmas tree. And what I've got is I've cut out some backings for each of these that come with my design, and they're simply going to go behind each of the items. So just going to put these in like this for now. And then the cards are ready to be glued together. But what I've also done is, when I was doing this, I realized that I was wasting a bit of my Christmas paper, so I've actually used these colored pieces that I have, and I've cut out additional pieces like this. And now with white backgrounds for these ones, I can simply have additional cards. Like so. Finally, what I realized after the fact, and I've run out of white paper right now, I have these outlines from my original cuts. So just to show you as an example, if we were to place these onto just regular white paper, we would again have another set of cards. So this design, we'll just imagine this is all white. Again, we could have 3 full sets of cards based off of one design. So I'm going to quickly glue my cards together, and it's just simply glue. You can use foam tape to give it a little bit more depth, but I'm just using glue to glue these together. So we're quickly going to glue all this together, and we'll be pretty much done this craft. So I've placed these in order that I want them. The one thing we haven't done yet is we've already pre-scored these from before when we were cutting them out with my machine. So I'm quickly going to just fold these so that they're ready to go for later, because that way we'll have got them done. So we're just going to quickly fold our cards. When we're gluing these together, all we're doing is we're simply going to put a bead of glue around the edge of the backing paper so that it doesn't interfere with my design. We can add a little bit more, like for example here with the snowflake, but we don't really need to add too much. And we're going to glue this on. Now when I'm gluing these down, I don't like to close the card so that it doesn't get glued shut in case I had any glue kind of coming out of the sides. There's one. And do the same thing for this one. Here we're gonna glue it on the white paper just to keep things interesting. And that's like that. And our third card. Now we're gonna let these dry while we do the other three. Now again, with these, we're just going to fold them on my score lines. And we're going to glue in our white cardstock here to hold them in place. And now all of our cards are done. So all we need to do is write a sentiment inside. If you have stamps or anything, you can add a sentiment onto the front, or you can add them in by using vinyl or paper or cardstock letters. And our cards are all done. So we could have also done more variations of these just using white cardstock and then cutting out the snowflakes, or the patterned cardstock with adding white outlines onto them, but all of our cards are now done. I hope you've enjoyed this craft of making super simple Christmas cards. I've left details below of all the products that I've used, as well as the links to my files. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.